What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are at about 1.68 cents right now, and we are seeing something that I've never seen with OnyxCoin, which is whenever it has a low, it's not off to the moon already. We're not. Where's our new all-time highs? No, I mean normally though, whenever we do see whenever we do find a low, we do get some kind of bounce, right? I mean, from a low to a high here, that was what? That was 18% on the low end. Let's see, what do we do here? Probably about the same, low to high, 14%. Not even, man. I mean, I think that's like the smallest bounce, and even then, that just loaded you up for a bigger bounce. Generally speaking, you get something that's a little bit bigger, right? Low to high here, 29%. That's what I'm talking about, right? Something like this. Even in the bad times, even in the dark ages, we outperformed this little thing. We still got 8 hours left in the day here. Let's see how it turns out. But it's looking like the FOMO might have been real and we might return to lower prices, but I don't know if that's the case, guys. We'll see. Looking at the 4-hour RSI, we do have higher lows here with lower highs, or it's like a tied high there. I would call this hidden bearish divergence, and that might explain why we're moving down. This does not mean that we have to move lower, but it could be indicative of that. I do think that we've broken out of this area here. It's very common whenever you break out of areas like this or lower trending lines like this. Hold on. If I can get it drawn on there right. It's very common whenever you break out of things like this that you find support on them, you back test them for support. And if we put a low to high here, I bet that's right at the golden ratio, isn't it? Low to high. It's right there at the golden ratio. It's a little bit below the golden ratio even. So we don't have to touch it. I'm just saying it's not uncommon. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we do return back to like 1.6 cents, I'm not worried about that. We could even go lower than 1.56 cents, and that's fine if we do. The expectation at the moment is just, I suppose, wait and see if this is the low or not. And to validate that, all we'd have to do essentially is start closing some 4-hour candles above 1.75 cents. Once we start doing that, I think we validate this as a low, or at least validate the notion that we're going to continue moving higher. The real way to validate this as a low, I suppose, would be to close above 2.02 cents, 2.04 cents, somewhere in that area. Closing above here on a 4-hour basis, multi 4-hour basis, or ideally a multi-daily basis would very much validate the idea that this is the low and that we're ready to go higher. Just because OnyxCoin is down right now 3.4% on this 4-hour candle doesn't mean that over the next 8 hours, the next 2 4-hour candles, we can't come back up, right? It wouldn't surprise me in the least if we did continue to grow by the end of the day. But if not, if we reject, there's still a possibility, the very real possibility, that XCN is going to go down to about, from a low to a high, we're going to see prices that are about 1.43 cents. So today, I'll say this much. If today closes below 1.6642 cents right here, likely the likelihood that we go down to 1.43 cents, it's there even more so than it was yesterday, okay? If we close above it, there's a chance that this is the low. If we close tomorrow above it, that chance gets bigger and the chance that we go down here gets smaller, okay? But that's kind of the situation that we're in. This line right now, we can't really dance above and below. We can't do this dance anymore. We need to be decisive in the direction that we're going, and I think today could be instrumental in providing that decisiveness, okay? So we'll see how that goes. We're in this wait and see moment. 1.6642 cents, close above there. That's the idea. Ideally here or higher, ideally a little bit higher. We want some continuation. If you could pull back from the high to the low over the last 4 hours down to this area, I think over the next 8 hours you can certainly grow past that. So let's just see how this day closes. At the end of the day, you guys, you know where my head's at, regardless of what's to come. Let's say we even go lower than expected. Let's go to 1.3 cents. That's nothing compared to what's to come afterwards, right? We've got much higher aspirations in mind. So this is not worth worrying about. It's this is what's worth worrying about, okay? And that's coming in a very, very short amount of time. I don't have anything else that I want to say. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. I don't mind the 4-hour RSI. It's just it doesn't surprise me that we're moving back because hidden bearish divergence. But if we could find support at the 50 and move up, that'd actually be really nice. 1-hour time frame. The 1 hour looks bullish, guys. 1 hour actually would suggest that we're going to bounce here. Yeah, like this next. We might start, by the time you guys start watching this, we might actually be moving up from here. I'm just curious, where are we relative to this low to high here? Kind of like where we found support on the overall range. It doesn't really look right. It doesn't make the most sense. Maybe it could be like an inverse head and shoulders pattern. We could be doing that. A slanted inverse head and shoulders, maybe. I don't know. I just mean it whenever I say if we close below 1.633, was that what it was? 1.633 cents. 1.6642. I'm sorry, 1.6642. We closed below that on the day. I would start to be bearish again. Yeah, that's that. Okay, take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.